So for today's monologue cold read, it's not a frozen read like last time. Today's specifically said Liberian refugee. So I read through it just to get an idea. Got me a little bit depressed. First of all, I'd never get cast for this role. This role is for somebody with a lot more melanin count than I am, who is a refugee from a Liberian war, and I'm guessing I googled it to do a little bit of research into this monologue, and it is possibly from the first Liberian Civil War, if it's based on a true story, was one of Africa's bloodiest civil conflicts. In the post-independence era, the war claimed more than 200,000 Liberian lives in a nation of 2.1 million people, and displaced a million other citizens in refugee camps in neighboring countries. On December 24th, 1989, a band of Libyan-trained rebels led by Charles Taylor invaded Liberia from the Ivory Coast. Taylor's rebel group was called the NFPL, the National Patriotic Front of Liberia. So actually I'm not going to keep reading. That is more history stuff. So always do a little bit of basic research to get you an idea of what you're reading. But the monologue is very sad, and it's about a young girl who had to witness her baby being sacrificed, and then right after her baby died, she had to go fight. So I read it one time, so it is still a cold read, but it's really depressing. So I guess I should have given this disclaimer at the beginning, but I don't know, adult content disclaimer, I guess, or trigger disclaimer. I wasn't really prepared to do that. Kind of just woke up and got to it, so my brain isn't functioning on all cylinders right now. But let's just get right into the monologue. Let me scroll down a little bit here. I think I'll just read the snippet to you because I want to be sure that it makes sense to the reader, especially if you end up using this monologue. Message me, I'll send you the link if you want this monologue for yourself to use in auditions. So it's called Child Soldier, a monologue from the play by Thalia, Cunningham. Destiny, a former child soldier in Liberia, has come to the United States as an undocumented refugee, where she struggles to navigate the battlefield of an inner city high school while keeping her past a secret and striving for an education. And then that's the only thing that's really relevant until the last paragraph. The last paragraph says, the refusal of the child. Okay, actually, scratch that. That part is not relevant. Here, her recollection. Something going on in the play catalyzes her recollection of what happened to her own baby when she was a child soldier. Destiny is her name. She's in her early 20s. She's Liberian. Okay, let's get right into it. You're only a few months old, but already such a bright little girl, laughing and chattering, such pretty sounds. How I loved you. I would have gladly given my life for you, but it wouldn't have helped. It was time to go out fighting again. They gave us drugs, slitting our foreheads with razors so cocaine would go directly into the bloodstream. Then they performed the ritual to make us brave. There you were, the next one to be sacrificed. He picked you up. I screamed and I cried, but he held his knife to my throat and said he'd kill me too if I made one more sound. He slit your throat. A flash of unbearable pain, while a soldier about my age held a cup to collect your blood. My own flesh was on fire. The cup was passed around for all of us to drink. I drank without thinking. My eyes were only on you as you slowly stopped crying and wiggling and breathing, the last drops of blood dripping out of your chubby little neck like water from a leaky tap. Then you were still. So still. Your blood rained my lips as I rushed forth to gather you in my arms. But they wouldn't even let me hold you once more. His knife was in my back as we carried our guns out into the bush. I turned back to look at your little body, a naked scrap of promise lying in the dust. He prodded me, forcing me to turn around, mixing your blood with mine. The scar is all I have left of you. How I long to hug you, kiss you. It hurts. It hurts so much. I'm gonna read it one more time and try to give it a different twist, but it's hard for me to. My eyes are burning, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to give it different twists. Did I put lotion on my face today? Is that why my eyes are burning? I think I just washed my face. I put lotion on last night though. It's hard for me to direct myself, to give myself a different twist. I might end up reading it just the same, but I'm going to try to read it a little bit meaner, angrier. You're only a few months old. I just feel like I'm reading it the same. You are only a few months old, but already such a bright little girl, laughing and chattering such pretty sounds. How I loved you. I would have gladly given my life for you, but it wouldn't have helped. It was time to go out fighting again. They gave us drugs, slit our foreheads with razors so the cocaine would go directly into our bloodstream. Then they performed the ritual to make us brave. And there you were, the next one to be sacrificed. He picked you up. I screamed and cried, but he held his knife to my throat and he said he'd kill me too. If I made one more sound. He slit your throat, a flash of unbearable pain. While a soldier about my age held a cup to collect your blood. My own flesh was on fire. The cup was passed around for all of us to drink. I drank without thinking. My eyes were only on you. as you slowly stopped crying and wiggling and breathing the last drops of blood dripping out your chubby little neck like water from a leaky tap. Then you were still, so still, so still, so still. Your blood ringed my lips as I rushed forth to gather you in my arms, but they wouldn't even let me hold you once more. The knife was in my back as we carried our guns out into the bush. I turned back to look at your little body. A naked scrap of promise lying in the dust. He prodded me, forcing me to turn around, mixing your blood with mine. That scar is all I have left of you. Hey. How I long to hug you, kiss you. It hurts so much. Okay, so with that, like with something that's horrible, I didn't watch myself as I did it. If I watch myself, I will want to change everything what I did. I will hate it. So, telling you right now, for if you're new at this, if you watch yourself, you're gonna censor yourself. You're not gonna like the way you look. The best thing for something like this is, I long to have like someone who is a director tell me what to do, because I have so many emotions. I tried to do it differently at the end. I'll have to watch it to see if I actually did change things up at all. Sometimes it just takes a director telling you to I don't know, to say one line differently, to say it with this, I wasn't really able to in my mind direct myself. Because it was so deep and so hard that I was just like, the only thing I could tell myself in the moment was be angry. It sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't. I'll have to watch it to see if I actually looked any angrier at the end. But I don't think I accomplished what I was going for. What I was going for was, she has already lived with this for years. I'm living with this for day one, and it's affecting me. I'm not living with it at all, but you know my character, whatever. But the character here she's in her 20s now. This might have happened to her when she was 16 or something. So she's cold to it now. So she might not cry about it anymore. She's probably very hardened. And I was trying to go for it, and I couldn't. I just kept going into, like, if it just happened, last week. So, like, sometimes it takes, an actor just really needs, like, a director to kind of help you get to where you need to be. Like, okay, don't do that, do this. Don't feel that emotion, feel this emotion or something. So, as I kept longing to, like, change how I was doing it in the middle of it and not really knowing how. So, but anyways, so if you want the link for that, I recommend it. If you want it, I can send it to you. But again, this is for a very specific type of or demographic. This is an early 20s Liberian woman named Destiny. If you think you can play her role, her demographic, you match it or whatever, just hit me up. I'll send you this link. And yeah, that wraps up our exercise for today. I'm not firing on all cylinders today. I'm drinking my coffee, trying to wake up. I really didn't want to get online today. I was kind of depressed today anyways. Kind of have a lot of stuff to do. But acting always makes me feel better. And I need to get online and have more camera practice anyways. So anyways, if you're a new actor watching this, I hope you got something out of it. And yeah, I'm about to watch it myself and see how I did. I don't know what else. I never know how to end these things. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.